Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. And this is some good information that we're going to talk about, like banking and cross-border payments. It's something you need to consider, and it's definitely a sector of banking that I think is disrupting the legacy banking system, and it probably is the future, and legacy banking systems may become obsolete. Now, that's not going to be anytime soon, but maybe 15, 20, 25 years from now, it may change. But for now, they are still going to maintain their dominance. But I want to look at the sector when people try to circumvent the banks, because the banks are a big risk, especially to people. Look what happened to the truckers in Canada. The banks closed down their access to their own money. You got many countries around the world putting a limit on how much money you can get out of your own bank account. It's terrifying. So now, with all this new technology, there's different avenues, and it's exploding. And really, what got me looking at this sector was I just did a video saying which is the best investment, XLM or XRP. And I'll leave a link down below if you want to watch that. But someone left a comment that said, you know, I don't know if XLM is going to grow like you think in the long run, because that sector of payments and banking the unbanked is very, very competitive. And that really got me thinking, and it led to this video. So we're going to dive into that, and I'll get back to that in a minute. Now check out this article on the screen. Bitcoin winning middle market appeal for cross-border payments. So a lot of people don't understand why Bitcoin is the dominant player in cross-border payments and in crypto in general. Well, guys, it's security. It is the most decentralized blockchain that we have, right? Here's the deal. You can talk about the technology all you want, but almost all the technology is centralized and controlled by like a corporation. Period. That's a fact. If you don't believe me, just ask yourself, if the US government picks up the phone, is there someone they can call to cancel raise transactions or cancel, raise withdrawals? Well, the answer is yes, about every single blockchain out there except Bitcoin, and they're working on that. But I don't want to get sidetracked. But here's the deal, guys. There's a big movement that's disrupting the banking sector, and people are trying to by, by, bypass the banking sector. They don't want to use the banks if they don't have to. And that leads me into what they call open banking. Now, I watched this video where they talked about the cross-border merchants around the world. They all got together and they were talking about, the trend they see, because major corporations, the bigger they get and the more countries they get, the more they need a avenue to do cross-border payments. And that's where Stellar XLM comes into play. It's massive. Now, a lot of people are automatically start yelling XRP, but guys, if you dig into the difference of the mechanisms, XRP has a banking mechanism that is one more step, and yes, but it takes both sides to sign off on the transaction. XLM doesn't have that. Basically does the exact same thing, except you can do it from one side. So the corporations can build their payment rails from their side, and no one has to sign off on the other end. They can just go back and forth, and it's just easier. And that's one of the biggest reasons why Stellar is, really doing well with banking the unbanked and in the sector of what I'm about to talk about is called open banking. Now, that encompasses a lot of different payment structures. But if you're trying to circumvent the banks, Bitcoin and XLM are leading the way. Now, I want to show you something. When the subscriber mentioned that it is so competitive, I really started digging into it. So look at this, guys. And this is just a few. There's hundreds. But this is some of the type companies that are being built. And Token, Wire, BRD, Nuri. I'm not even going to read them off. But guys, it goes on and on and on. I mean, these are just basically companies that are built, whether they're an app or there's some way, shape, or form payments circumventing the banks. Now, I picked a few of these out to see what blockchain they're using. And I only did a handful, but 3 out of the first 4 were all using XLM. And I'll use this one as an example. It's Wire, WYRE. Now look what it says, crypto infrastructure for the new economy. Now guys, they basically just build the platforms or the apps or whatever corporate America needs to circumvent the banks. But if you need to tie into the bank, they got you covered there. But you can build your application, check this out, pretty much on any platform. You can use Avalanche, you can use Ethereum, you can use Algorand, but here's the deal, guys. For them, their rails basically are Stellar. They're the ones, I don't know if that would be the back end or the front end, but they're the ones, that's the one that they chose to build all these applications on around the world. So for whatever that's worth, here's what I'm trying to give you as a takeaway. When you're trying to circumvent the banks, Bitcoin, stable coins, and XLM are really good avenues. You could throw XRP in there, but we're not talking about XRP in this video. Stable coins, have a path. It's the most inefficient way. But I want you guys to think about something. With all this technology, 99% of everyone involved in making the decisions of what a bank uses or, the payment structure of a corporation, they don't understand it. And guys, it's just software. No matter how they set this up, it's not going to be a big difference on the outcome. Maybe one processed it in 5 seconds, the other one did 10, the other one did 3 whole minutes. Guys, that's nothing. And the biggest thing is the relationships or whatever structure they're already a part of. That's probably what they're going to do. Now, stable coins, we'll see how that plays out. There could be some regulation, in my opinion, that make us use stable coins. Who knows? But this is a sector that I think over time maybe will overtake the legacy banking system. Again, not something you want to invest in the next 2, 3, 5 years. That's not going to happen. I'm positive about that. But again, 20 years from now, who knows? And I'll be done investing hopefully by then, and hopefully I'm still around. But anyway, what I want you to understand is no matter what you think about Bitcoin, Bitcoin is the dominant player in cross-border payments, period. Now, will they keep up with the level of cross-border payments that the legacy banking system is going to put into blockchain? I don't know. But I do know this. no matter what sector, see, to me, you got two different things going to happen. You're going to have probably like the Wall Street, legacy banking system, all that group, the governments, they're going to have their application, the sector of blockchain that they can control for the most part and regulate heavily. And then you're going to have Bitcoin. And that's going to be a big powerhouse. You're going to have two powerhouse sectors. I don't know if there's going to be a winner. I don't know if they'll ever merge, but that's the avenues we see right now. So when you look to invest, you need to look at both sectors because the legacy banking system, in my opinion, is going to lose ground every year starting, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 years from now. They're really going to start losing a lot of ground. Short term, they're implementing as fast as humanly possible. Now, another point I'm going to mention, and I'll let you go. When it comes to Bitcoin, here's what I see every day. I have yet to see any mapping, or any chart, any banking chart, no matter what's on it, if it's ISO 2000 or 222 or Swift or just a inner working chart of banking, guys, it has Bitcoin in that diagram 100% of the time. I've never not seen it in one. Ethereum is in there about 95% of the time. For whatever that's worth, guys. Now, here's another thing when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum. No matter how you think, I think here's one thing that I see that you have a big discrepancy about is, some people say, oh, well, how could you possibly be talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum compared to, say, XLM or XRP? Well, guys, here's what I would suggest you do. Add a couple of zeros, maybe 3 zeros onto your bag, and then see where you're going to park your money. But see, that's what people don't understand. That's why I follow the big money. Wall Street's going to be parking billions and trillions of dollars. They're more concerned of not losing that money and the risk, right? The same with the average person. If you have the majority of your net worth in crypto, which I don't recommend unless you're highly educated and you have a high risk tolerance, it's not financial advice. But guys, I want you to think about that. If you have $1,000, for instance, add 3 zeros to that. Would you still stack the bags you're stacking? I doubt it. Well, here's my whole point of this. Those are high risk bags. The better smart money is going to go into Bitcoin and like Ethereum, because when you start adding zeros to how much money you have, those people are targeting Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you need to understand that's why it is going to be a better risk reward if you're trying to be conservative. Yes, you're not going to put $500 into Bitcoin and change your life. You might buy a new motorcycle or something. Ethereum, you might buy a new car. But, if you have 100,000 or $1,000,000 or whatever, that's fine. If you get a 5x, 10x, 15, 25x in the next couple of years, that is a big difference in what you can put it in the stock market and definitely what you can put in just the bank and fiat. Anyway, guys, didn't mean to get on a ramble. Let me know what you think in the comment section, but I think this is a sector to watch. Even if you're a stock investor, look at some of these companies because it is the future, and I don't know how regulation is going to, change the structure of banking, but I know the world is trying to circumvent the banks, and two of the tokens, no matter what, that they're using is Bitcoin and Stellar XLM. That's all I got for you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that notification so you don't miss anything. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And either way, guys, hit that like button and come back and be part of this community. Take care.